All right, word. What up, YouTube? Um, this video just gave me a thought. This will be the short, probably like 5 minutes long, to be honest with you. Uh, and it's titled it probably skill set. It's gonna be the title for this one. More so, again, same background as a meaning with it. You'll know in about 4 to 6 months. I'm gonna pull this background up again. You'll know why. But going into 2023, you have to go in with a mindset of learning a skill set. It can be any skill set, specifically a skill set that involves bringing in you money. What can it be? I don't know. Making nails, designing hair, designing clothes, ironing clothes for people, shipping it into them, walking dogs, drop shipping, making videos on YouTube, making content, uh, doing people's essays, doing people's spreadsheets, anything. Learn into making a skill set in 2023 or 2023, right? I Fortunately, I've been learning a skill set for the last 3 years called day trading. Have I made millions? No. Have I made hundreds of thousands? No. Have I made a couple thousand? Yes. Have I made a couple hundred? 100%. Now, I feel the more we lean on technology, the easier it is to make money off technology. Does that make sense? And so if we're using technology a lot, it comes to a point where when we go to a McDonald's and we don't even have to talk to the cashier anymore. We can make our order off the kiosk and it'll bring us to. There's a restaurant, I think in Texas or in California, where it's 100% automated by robots. How does it work? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I've seen it on TikTok. So more how does this? The more we lean on technology, I feel like should be a good sign for us to lean on making money online. I don't know what it could be. There's so many courses online to pick from. There's so many people to learn from online. I feel that technology, now again, too much technology can hurt you. Too little of technology cannot hurt you. Or it could. It does. I don't know. But just enough can get you just enough of what you need to know. Just enough of just enough can be just enough to get you what you need to know. So before going to, well, after you go into 2023, I really want you guys to look into making some type of money in any type of way online. Seek somebody. That's where I was going to, credentials. That's where I was going. Let me write that down. I was, the reason I was talking slow on this video was because I was trying to get the word of what I was looking for. It was fucking credentials. That's what it was. Okay, so now that we talked about some way making money online, we're just gonna title this video "Online Credentials." Are we gonna edit it? No, we're gonna go straight off the rip. Let's see if this thing is still running and going. Yes, it is. Perfect. All right, guys. So my parents hate the fact that I don't take advice. No, I wouldn't say this. I wouldn't say that. I don't prefer, the better way, to sit down and give you my time the people who have zero credentials. As bad as it sounds, as rude as it sounds, I'm not saying all the time. No, sometimes a person that has zero credentials can give somebody better advice than the person who has $1 million. Let's be honest. But in general speaking, I'm speaking in general terms. That's the reason why I don't like to spend my time with family members or friends or relatives or students or teachers that cannot give me relevant advice, work, lessons, lectures, or whatever the case may be, if you don't have their credentials. Why do I want to learn about making money? Or why do I want to learn how to multiply money from a person that doesn't even know how to save a couple thousand? That's where I was going at in my last video. If you watch my last video, it took a minute to remember, but now that I know, is I wouldn't say I don't listen to my mom, but when it comes about money and finances, I shut the door on her. I told her, if you talk to me about money, I'm gonna respectfully walk away. Why? Because mom, you've been in the country for X amount of years, you only have X amount of money. How? When you start questioning stuff like this, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what exactly is going on, right? So going into 2023, Be very careful of who you listen to. First, we talked about making a business online. It can be anything, but learn a skill set in 2023 that will make you money without you having to show up to your first job. Preferably online, preferably on a laptop, preferably on your own time. Second, listen to people that have credentials. You know, why do you want to listen to somebody who doesn't have what you want? Why do you want to take advice from somebody who hasn't had the lifestyle that you crave to achieve? This is where you got to be very specific, very selfish of who you give your time to, who you take your 2 years to listen to, and who you take notes on from. If you go to my Instagram, guys, right now, 2022, December 29th or 28th, about 90% of my following is people who already have the lifestyle that I want. People who already have the cars, have the condos, have the woman, have the parties, have the yachts, have the lifestyle. They have it all. So I'm following what they do because whatever they done got them there. Whoever they spoke to got them there. Whatever they read got them there, right? So it only makes sense for me to follow the path that they already made. So as bad as it sounds, guys, be very careful of who you listen to next year. Be very aware of whose advice you plan to take, because not only does it will hurt you, but it's gonna hurt your future self, right? The feeling, I feel like, again, I don't want to bring up names in the conversation, but a specific person gave birth to a specific person, and the specific person is telling the person they give birth to, why don't you have X amount of money yet? Why aren't you doing this yet? Why aren't you doing that yet? Why haven't you got this yet? Why haven't you achieved that yet? When realistically speaking, the person she's taking advice from, the person she has to listen to, has have zero to her name. Nothing to her name. Not even a house to her name. You understand why that person is where she's at? Because she's listening to the person that doesn't have nothing to the name? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have credentials. If a person has zero credentials, why are you going to sit down and listen to that person? Because there's a better chance of you becoming the person that has zero credentials and you're listening to from than becoming the person you want to be by not listening to that person. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna say it again so it wouldn't go over you guys' head. The person that gave birth to somebody is giving advice to a person about money, finances, and everything, and yet is asking her why she doesn't have X amount of things when the person that gave her birth has zero amount of things. Guys, let's be more aware next year of who we're talking to. Let's become more strategic of who we spend our time to. Let's become more self-aware of who we listen from. Who you listen from, you will pick up from. Who you pick up from, you will learn from. Who you learn from, eventually the money will flow. Right? So hopefully this video doesn't go over your head. Hopefully this video doesn't bore you. But if you really sit down and play this back, in 2023, become more aware of who you listen to. So guys, thank you for your time. See you guys in the next video.